Men, we all got a lot going on, right? Classes, friends, figuring things out. But sometimes, in the middle of all that, we forget about one really important thing: how we're actually doing inside, our well being, and that's what I want to talk about today. This whole thing started with a question that popped into my mind about a classmate. She was quiet, not someone I was super close with. So, when she missed 2 days of school, no one actually noticed. But after a few more days, I got worried and decided to call her. We had a long conversation and she finally opened up about the mental health challenges she was facing. Well, thankfully, our amazing teacher stepped in and helped her through it. And that made me realize how many students are struggling in silence and how many don't speak up because of this thing called mental health stigma. Well, think about it. If you sprained your ankle during a game, would you hesitate to tell the coach or visit the nurse? Of course not. You would get help, right? So why do we treat our minds, which are just as vital and important, differently? Well, that is where mental health stigma comes in. How many of you, when something's really bothering you, feel that immediate urge to just hold it in and handle it all yourself? Just raise your hand if you do. Yes, that is mental health stigma, an invisible barrier that makes us suffer in silence, make us feel isolated and delays getting help. Well, first to break down this barrier, we should know the forms of stigma students often face in our society. First, we have self-stigma. Self-stigma is feeling ashamed of yourself for struggling, like thinking to yourself, oh, what's wrong with me? I'm just being so dramatic, etc. The other two stigmas are public stigma and perceived stigma. Public stigma is when people actually judge a person for seeking help, like a group of students gossiping about another student who visited the counselor. And perceived stigma is the fear of that judgment, which can entirely stop a person from seeking help, even if no one has said anything. Well, the best ways to break this barrier is by talking openly and self-compassion. You can also talk to your trusted friends, teachers, or even your parents. Right now, I am standing here in front